Good evening to the Second Chapel church family and to the friends of the Second Chapel family. I bring you greetings from the Burfield Park in Tyler. We got a little rain this evening, and it's real nice and cool out here in the park. And me and my wingman's out here hanging out in the park. So we want to share with you out here in the park. Listen, I just enjoy coming to you all and sharing with you all. I hope you had a chance to see the message that Pastor R.D. Dogan shared on Sunday. Thank God for him giving me a break. Listen, Bro Joe, I'm sorry I didn't text you today, but Bro Joe had surgery for the kidney stones, and so I don't know how's he doing. Joe, if you get on, text me. I'll text you later. But won't you be in prayer for Brother Rivera and his family tonight, and then be in prayer for all the parents that's trying to make decisions or have make decisions on whether their kids are going to the classroom or do virtual learning. So we want to keep them in prayer. Now listen. September the 2nd, as the Lord say the same, we'll be back in the church for Bible study. If the Lord said this thing, with the virus going down up on the 300, we'll be going back we'll start with Bible study in the sanctuary. We'll spread out. Social distancing will be in place. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and we're going to have a meter to take your temperature coming into the building. So we'll be ready the first Wednesday in September, Bible study, okay? The book of John. We're going to start right there, book of John. And then if that goes well, then the first Sunday of October, we'll be marching into the sanctuary. Amen. Hey, Bro Joe, how you feeling, man? How you feeling? I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to text you today, but how you feeling, man? I'm glad to. I think you just might have missed it, but I just asked you to pray for you. And, kidney stones move. God, we love you, Bro Joe. We love your family. So the first Wednesday in September, September the 2nd, we're going to try to go in. We're going to go into sanctuary for Bible study. And if that works well, then we'll be ready to go the first Sunday in October in the sanctuary. Bro Joe, I've already ordered a temperature gauge so we can check temperatures. And so we got that, getting that together for that. It's time, and we're praying for God to give us guidance. Like I said, again, I'm in the park. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany, Tiffany, I didn't understand. I thought you were going for class because you said Bree made the basketball team, but then you said something about virtual learning. So what you doing, Tiffany? Are your kids in the regular class room, or are they doing virtual learning? Because I heard you say Bree made the Rowlett team. April and Michael with the Rowlett. Amen. So just let me know what's going on there so we can know how to pray for you, Tiffany. A wonderful mother with her daughter Bree and her son. Okay, again, we're looking forward to going. I'm excited about going back into the church, but we're going to have every precaution that we can have so that no one will be affected by this virus. I bought my phone. Let me see. Can I make an adjustment because I knocked it down. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, let's get in this Bible study. Listen, I'm working on a passage for Sunday, and right in the middle of this passage, Bro Joe, another thing came out in this passage, and I want to look at that part of the passage tonight, and then we'll be looking at the rest of it on Sunday. First Samuel, beginning with verse 11. Now I gotta look over this way. Then they found an Egyptian in the field and brought him to David. And they gave him bread and he ate, and they let him drink water. And they gave him a piece of a cake of figs and 2 clusters of raisins. So when he had eaten, his strength came back to him. For he had not eaten no bread nor drunk water for 3 days and 3 nights. Then David said to him, "To whom do you belong, and where are you from?" May God bless reading the word. We're at home until September the 8th. Okay, sweetie, until September the 8th. Okay. I want to talk to you today about we all are valuable to God. We all are valuable to God. Now, this is the overall story about David, but tonight is going to be about this Egyptian slave. Sunday, when I'll be preaching this text, it'll be about David. Tonight, we're going to talk about this Egyptian slave. Can I tell you that everybody is valuable to God? Everyone is valuable to God. If you don't think you're valuable to God, then just look back over this day to this morning and realize God woke you up this morning. If you weren't valuable to God, He wouldn't have woken you up this morning and started you on your way and gave you health and strength in your right mind, has blessed you throughout the day. You're valuable to God, even though that there are other people may not count you as valuable, but God does. I know there are people who cast you to the side. There are wives whose husbands had left them and went on somewhere else. There are husbands whose wives had left them and went on somewhere else. And there's boyfriends who left girlfriends and girlfriends who left boyfriends. But we're valuable to God. Now, you can't let no one else assign a value to you. You got to learn how to be your own person and realize that there are some value. Now, my grandson over here, quit that. My grandson over here playing with his tablet. And so I wanted to just address this very briefly tonight, that no one can assign value to. Somebody may kick you to the side, someone may abandon you, but you gotta understand that when it comes to God, you are still valuable to God. You're still valuable to God. In this story right here, this is David. The overall story is David had been running from Saul, and okay, Tim, we're going back to school face-to-face in September 8th because of basketball, but my son is doing virtual learning at home until further notice. But they're both doing virtual learning. All right, Tiffany, thank you, sweetie. I need to know that. Y'all know that Tiffany is my goddaughter, so I have to keep up with her and her children. They are valuable to me. But in this story, David had ran out of Judah into the land of the Philistines, running from Saul the king. Remember that, okay? He's running from Saul the king, and so he got about 600 men with him, and he moved up in a place called Ziklag. And he's there, and when he leaves Ziklag to go and help the Philistine king Achish, the Amalekites come and hey, Tammy, come and they bum rush Ziklag, and they burned it down and took the women and children with them. So when David them get back from where Achish the king, their wives and their sons and daughters are gone. Make a long story short. And so David appealed to God. Abiathar is not a priest, but he has a priest's robe. He has a ephod. They call it ephod. That's like a priest's vest. And David used that to talk to God. Like we were talking to God with a Bible. He used the ephod to talk to God and ask God, should I pursue the Amalekites? Now you must know, come on now, Bible study, you must know that the Amalekites are a hated enemy of God. They don't like God, and God don't like them. You remember when Israel is coming from Egypt, and it was the Amalekites who stopped them. They're coming from Egypt, and Moses said to the Amalekites, hey, listen, we'll go up on the high road and go around your land, and we won't drink, won't use any water, we won't bother any of your food, your crop. We on our way to the promised land. We ain't trying to fight. And the Amalekites said, no, you can't pass. And the Amalekites attacked Israel, and of course, God gave them a great victory through Moses and Joshua. And so since then, when you hear about the Amalekites, always they is in a fight with Israel, all right? And so the Amalekites come to Ziklag. You follow me? And they attack Ziklag, and they burn it down. And they had burned down other cities in Judah and took all the spoils, all the animals and stuff. And so and they had left. So when David gets back, their wives, their children are all gone with the Amalekites. And he asked God, should I pursue them? And God said yes. All right? Okay, that's the story. And so as they're on their way, pursuing the Amalekites, they come up to and find this Egyptian. And this Egyptian is an Egyptian slave to a soldier in the Amalekites. Now remember, the Amalekites took slaves with them to carry wood and to carry water and to cook food and to take care of the animals. And so they always had slaves with them. And this slave, this Egyptian slave, he gets sick. And the Amalekite threw him aside. The Amalekite decided that he's not worth anything. He's not worth anything to him. And he just tossed him. He's a slave. He's tossed him to the side, left him for dead, abandoned him in the field, and left him for dead. You follow me? The Amalekites saw no value in this slave. He's just like another person, and so he's been abandoned. And David and his men find him. Hold on a minute in my study. Hold on, I see my friend coming up. Hey, man. Hey.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We're having a, excuse me, back to school bash right here down the church at our church. And we're gonna pass out school supplies, hot dogs, things like that.
Okay.
From 10 to 2.
Okay.
And then we're having a bash at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Inside the gym.
Okay.
We're gonna have like a obstacle course. With jumping and things like that. And sumo wrestling. And we're gonna eat pizza and things like that. Bring him by if he wants to come over.
Yeah.
Aiden will be there.
Okay, all right.
Just right up the road. That big. You'll see the address.
Okay, all right. And remind me, get your number. I ain't forgot that job. I ain't forgot that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I give it to you?
No, you didn't give it to me. But just give it to me when I see you over there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What's your name?
Johnny.
Johnny. That's my friend Johnny.
Yeah. God bless y'all.
God bless Johnny.
Aiden will be there.
All right. That's my friend Johnny. His grandson Aiden is a football teammate of Genoa. They're just great friends. And he saw me in the park, and he brought his church named Lone Star, and he wants Genoa to come. Listen, let me tell y'all something about my grandson. He has such a wonderful personality. A lot of people value him, and this young man here. His grandson and Genoa are great friends, and they invite Genoa, and people always invited Genoa. He's a knucklehead because he's my wingman, but he really is blessed to have great friends, and then they've invited him to something on Saturday, and we'll make sure he can go to it. Now he's kind of shy; he don't want to go by himself, so he probably got to go with him. But this guy saw us in the park and stopped and made sure that Genoa know about this.
How did he find us?
I don't know, and he's gonna give out school support. Okay, so David is chasing the Amalekites, right? And they're in this big old wilderness trying to find him. And listen, right in the middle of this wilderness, they find this Egyptian slave. Watch God. Oh, you know that's God. Now, David knows that's God. Listen to me carefully. There are times in your life when God makes a move and you know it's God. You say, oh, that's God there. That's God there. There's no doubt in your mind it's God. It happens to me all the time. It's happened to me all the time. I pray about different things, but there are sometimes God moves, and I say to myself, that's a move of God. I know him. I know his character. I know how God works and how he moves. David's trying to find the Amalekites, and then they find this Egyptian in the wilderness. You follow me? When they find him, listen, he had not drank in the water. He has not eaten any food for 3 days and 3 nights. There's something there. I don't have time to work it out. It's something there about them 3 days and 3 nights. You know, Jesus on the cross 3 days. You know, it's something about that 3 days and 3 nights. But I don't have time to work it out. And so he's hungry. So they feed him. Now, he was no value to the Amalekite. He abandoned him. He's sick. He can't carry no water. He can't carry any wood. He can't hold on to the animals. And so the Amalekite just tossed him aside. Can I stop and tell you that? Listen, you might not be valuable to some people, but you're going to always be valuable to God. Every time you wake up and you breathe a fresh breath, a brand new day, You can say to yourself, I'm valuable to God because he watched over me last night, all night long. And early this morning, he woke me up to a brand new day. Amen. The Lord is blessing me right now. Oh, Lord, right now. He woke me up this morning and he started me on my way. The Lord is blessing me right now. I had to get that out of my spirit. And so they bring this brother to David. And now David don't really know nothing about him, but they feed him. That's a good heart. They feed him. They give him figs for dessert, fig cake, raisins. They give him some meat. They give him some water, and revived him. And once he revived him, this is the story. Once they revived him, once they ministered to him, then David said, "Hey man, who are you, and where are you from?" He says, I'm an Egyptian slave to the Amalekites. And David heard the word Amalekite. He don't say anything, but automatically he know right then that's God. He said, I'm a slave. So my master abandoned me 3.5 days ago. He said, I was sick. I got sick, and my master abandoned me, threw me to the side, kicked me to the curb. Didn't want to have anything else to do me, and left me for dead. My master saw no value left in me because I'm sick, and he left me for dead. So David said, "What?" He said, "I'm an Egyptian slave." And he says, I was with the Amalekites. He said we bum rushed. We bum rushed the southern camps of Judah, Caleb, Cherith. We bum rushed them and took the animals and killed the people, and we burned down Ziklag. Remember, Ziklag is David's city. Ziklag is where David is wives and kids were, and so he heard that in his ear. Wait a minute. God tells David to pursue the Amalekite, and he put a slave out there in the wilderness so that he could tell David this story. And so David he hears. He said, "What?" He said, we even burned down Ziklag. And David said to him, can you show me where the Amalekites went? He said, "Sure." And now he don't know who David is. He don't know what value he don't realize how valuable he is to David. He don't know that by his presence, oh my goodness, by his presence, he has encouraged David's heart, because David know it's the Lord. My goodness, my goodness. We got a card. Marie got a card from her good friend. She's watching right now. I don't want to keep embarrassing her, but she got a card from her good friend, and reading that card, her friend said to her that you get yourself well. I need you. I need you in my life. I need you, and we reading it together, and she's in tears and I'm in tears because of the sincereness of this person telling Marie that you value. I value you in my life. You don't know how you touch people's lives. So David hear this slave say that I was with the Amalekites, and we done bum rushed Ziklag, and we took the women and we took the kids and we burned the city down. David said, "Can you show me? Show me which way the Amalekites are going?" And this guy said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll tell you what." He said, "I'll tell you what. If you don't give me back to my master, and you don't kill me, I'll take you where they're at." David said, "Come on, get your strength back." And this discarded, abandoned slave was valuable to God. Can I tell you the truth? Every day that you walk on this earth, and every day God gives you another day, you're valuable to God, and you're valuable to somebody. You are an answered prayer for some people praying, and you are an answered prayer. You are an answered prayer when you come and give them an encouraging word. It's not all about money all the time. It's not all about food all the time. It's just you give them an encouraging word. You can't hug them now, but you give them an encouraging word and let them know that it's gonna be all right. Like our friend today, just put a card in the mail, and she don't know how that card is. That card may be just a couple of dollars and another 50 cents on a stamp, but how it bless our lives and bless both our lives today. Get it in the mail, and so just a word of encouragement. You matter to God. I don't care what you're going through. During this time, you may have lost your job, or you may have to transfer from jobs, or you may be down on your luck because you didn't get to work from home. Somebody else got a job at the job, you can work at home and kept that job, and yet you get laid off. But let me tell you something. They may have abandoned you, but you're valuable to God. You mean something. You're worth something to God. Man may not see it. Man may not see it. And man may abandon you and push you to the side and get in front of you and want to be first in line. But you're valuable to God. Because he knows all about you. And he cares about you. And he'll use you for his glory. David prayed to God and said, "Should I pursue the Amalekites?" And God tell David, "Yeah, you pursue them." And then he have this, and out of all this land they're traveling through, they find this sick Egyptian in the field. God has planted him in the field, and the soldiers spot him and bring him to David. And all David was trying to do was feed him. He didn't want anything from him. He didn't think he was nothing of value, but he was willing to feed him and willing to give him water. And after he had eaten, and after he had drank the water, and after he had revived, and stay with me, after he had revived, Charles, after he had revived, then David asked him, "Hey man, who are you? Where you from?" And then David, we get to have spiritual ears, Charles. Then David listened to him. He said, I'm an Egyptian slave of an Amalekite. And when he said Amalekite, David said, "What?" To himself, Amalekite. And they said, "My master abandoned me." He said, "I got sick. I was no value to my master. He tossed me aside and left me for dead. Left me for dead." My goodness. Yeah, Jerry, yeah. Left me for dead. Jerry, I know, Jerry, that 1 Samuel 30. Left me for dead. And he said, David said to him, so he said, "I was with the Amalekites." And so he said to David, we done went all through this country, all through Judah, the southern part of Judah, Caleb, and we burned down cities, and we took all the spoils, and we robbed the city, and we bum rushed this town. And they were listening to him. He didn't know who David was. He didn't know that. Then he said the magic word, and we came to Ziklag, and we burned it down. We took the women and the children out of that city. That's David and them wives and children. We took the women and children, and we burned down the city. We burned down Ziklag. And when David heard that, he could hardly contain himself. His heart jumped in his stomach. Can you imagine? You know how when you get a truth, you know how it is sometimes when you're worried about something and you're trying to figure some things out, and they come in your mind, spiritually in your mind, and you almost like jump out off the table because then you see what God was trying to show you. And so David said, "Yes. So can you show me? You think you can show me where it is?" And so those hated Amalekites. So when they go and find the Amalekites, I got to go and tell you the last story. I got 15 something on my battery. And so when they go find the Amalekites, they walk and find them, and they spread it all out over the land. They get all this spoil. They get all animals and food and horses and animals and women and children. And they drinking. You know how they all do. They drinking, getting drunk, feeling good by themselves. And watch David. David attacked them. I had to preach on that Sunday. He attacked them. Lord said to David, asked the Lord, shall I pursue the Amalekites? And God told him, yeah. And so when David found them, he attacked them. That's David. I liked that about David. It was almost dusk dark. He saw them When they came up over the hill, now they were down in the valley. The Bible said he attacked them immediately and fought them all night long until the next evening. Took the wives back. Took the children back. Took all the spoils. The Bible said they didn't lose anything that they left at Ziklag. Took all the spoils back. And then took all the spoils that they had bum rushed Judah with. All the other spoils. And they took all those spoils back. Man, can I tell you this? I don't know about you. There's some preachers on here, y'all. Charles Thomas from the Cowboy Church, and Jerry Williams from Muddy Creek, Quitman. Listen, when God tells you something, you just have to move on it. I like that about David. He didn't hesitate. And there are times we slow around and drag around, and we know what God said. But David here, he moved immediately and attacked them. And so I want to say in closing, listen, this Egyptian didn't seem like he was much value. He was thrown away. He was abandoned. He was pushed to the curb. He was left for dead. They left him to die, and saw no more value in him as a slave. He got no value to this Amalekite. But God knew the value he had him. He's going to be valuable to David. God knew that the Amalekite may not needed this Egyptian slave who has no name, but he knew David needed him. And he knew David needed, because he's going to give David direction, and he's going to give David encouragement, and he's going to give David hope that God is on his side. And so I come to tell you that God he values us. I don't care what we're going through. I don't care how bad it may look and how bad it may seem. You mean something to God, and he if he'll wake you up in the morning, you value it. If you look back over this day and say, Lord has blessed me this whole day. It's almost 8 o'clock. It's almost 7:30, and he done blessed me the whole day. You're valuable to God. Now you know he died. Preacher, I got to preach it now. He died for you. Yeah, he died for you. But more than that, each day, someone trying to reduce you, someone trying to devalue you. But what you have to do is hold your head up and say, I'm valuable to God, that I'm special in God's eyesight. God count me a part of the living. God count me a part of his children. I'm of the royal priesthood. I'm valuable to God. I may not have much money in my pocket, but I'm valuable to God. I may not seem like I got much influence in the world, and people have abandoned me and kicked me to the curb and try to destroy my character, but I know I'm valuable to God. I'm valuable to him. Thank God that he counts me among his children. And he values us. Oh my goodness. God bless you today. The Lord is blessing me right now. Oh Lord, right now. He woke me up this morning and he started me on my way. The Lord is blessing me right now. Remember, we're going back. Bible study, September the 2nd. We're going into the church. We're gonna be in the worship center. We can spread out there. Remember, we're gonna be checking temperatures, wear your mask. We got plenty of sanitizer and social distance. We're going back. Lord say the same. This first Wednesday, September the 2nd. In the first Wednesday, the book of John, and if that works out fine, Lord say the same, then October we'll be back in service. Now, which is Dallas County is going below 300 cases per day, and that's a good place to be. So we're excited. We're praying and seeking God's guidance for that, and that, of course, there'll be always adjustments if the virus starts going back up in Dallas County, then we will have to make some adjustments to that. But we're praying and hopefully go back in the first Wednesday in September. Amen. I'll be talking to you on Sunday. God bless you, Jerry and Charles. I don't know what y'all doing. Charles, are you back in? Jerry, are you all back in? Or are you still doing social media? Whatever you're doing, God bless you. And listen, pray for my wife. She's doing better. Thank God for her. She had a tough year Jerry health-wise this year. But thank God that He continues to bless her health. She's back on her feet again. She was down for 3 or 4 days, Jerry this week. But thank God that she's moving around now, and thank God for that. Now, God bless you all, and thank you for listening. Thank you, and Tammy, I just appreciate you, my niece, so very much. That's my wingman right there. Thank you, Tammy, who my social media, whatever I ain't got a name for her, but she handles our social media. Love you, that's my niece. Love you, Tammy, and thank you all for that. Brother Joe, we're still praying for you. I'll be texting you here in a few minutes and checking on your health. God bless you, Sister Vicky. We love you. We love you. You are a blessing to my wife. You're a blessing to our whole family. But you really cheer my wife up when she. I can hear in her voice when you call her. And the day she wanted to call you, and she said, "I don't talk to her for a few minutes because I know she's working from home." So she tries to, Vicky. She tries to be aware that she can't talk to you, but so you feel free to hang up on her if she try to talk too long. But she just love to hear your voice. God has brought y'all together. You are valuable, Vicky, to Marie. You're so valuable to her. It's amazing how you encourage her heart. God bless you. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.